So this is Egg Harbor City, not Township.
Yeah, Egg Harbor City.
All right. All right, all right. Got a playground back there and everything.
Yeah.
Please parking only. Good, I love that sign.
Yeah, it's just for parking.
That means come on in. Good. Good, good, good. Sure hope that's not where they put their little doggy. That's way too small. That's almost like torture. Egg Harbor City is correct. For unknown reasons. That's why we're here, for unknown reasons.
This is where all the robots come inside and outside.
Yeah.
I flipped it.
Peace Pilgrim Park, the Triple P. Hmm. Nice little park, a public park over there. That's nice. Very nice. Egg Harbor City. Small little fucking police station. Huh.
So you have the ghost cars.
Yeah.
Every single one of them, it looks. There's a ghost car.
You can barely see the tags on it.
Yep. They don't even have top lights.
Wow.
They don't. That's how ghost they are.
This
That's
one's got.
readers.
Yeah, they got plate readers.
That one. This one has no lights and nothing. On top, you'll never know. You'll never know. He's like trying for side damage.
We got side damage.
Pretty bad.
They don't clean up around here. This one's not a very clean one. Trash cans are full. Full to the brim. Old leaves everywhere. Face mask required. Huh. Pursuant to Executive Order 122.
That expired. It expired months ago.
That's great. Look at this old door, man. They don't spend much money on this place. Old leaves and trash everywhere.
We're in New Jersey. You're supposed to have front plates.
It's almost like a haunted house. Seriously. Ugh. Got your ghost cars. Oh, good, good, good.
My shift hasn't even started yet.
Nice. Got your ghost vehicles. So where do they advertise the DUI checkpoints? Do you know? Where they advertise the DUI checkpoints?
I don't know. We don't even do them in this city.
Don't
do
you?
we have to have front plates in New Jersey? Are we required to have front plates on our personal vehicles in New Jersey?
As far as I know.
What's up? That guy, he just
Either one of
locked
them's
it.
mine.
What's that?
Either one of those is mine.
So you're an
But
officer.
like an officer, can you cite them, please?
You would cite me.
It would cost me a bunch of money. It would take food out off the table. Like, can you do it the same thing for him?
Must be one of the blue line. Must be a blue line buddy.
The guy with the side damage.
Drive careful. Put your seatbelt on.
Yo, he came running out.
Oh, I know.
I heard it.
All right.
Clap, clap, clap,
Yep,
clap,
yep.
And then he stopped running and walked around the corner. This is weird.
It's like a haunted house, man.
What's he do that for? What did he do that for? Is he reparking his truck or?
It doesn't want us to catch the damage that he caused. So that must be his buddy's vehicle, huh? I guess we can go get the back plate. Yeah.
Huh?
So you're gonna cite that car?
No. No.
Why not?
If you have a problem with it, you can go in the station. And
Ah, so it's one of your blue line terrorist buddies?
They're exempt.
It's
You're
a,
not
it's
exempt. You can sign a complaint. Go ahead.
it's one of his terrorist buddies.
It's not a complaint. You're
We'll get the back license plate and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah, go for it.
Believe me, we will.
So they just let these people have no front plate. It's not his truck. None
Right.
of them's his.
Not mine.
Well,
What do
where
I
is
care?
his? Where is his? Maybe he
So when you pull me over for no front plate, that's not yours either. Okay? J35 JUT S71 MZZ or MZX. Well, can't speak. MZX. S71 MZX. Nice. Oh, hey guys. I didn't see you. You're supposed to have front license plates on all vehicles in New Jersey, correct?
Yes.
Oh, I see 2 vehicles there that don't have them. Can you put tickets on their windows or something for me?
You can feel free to go ahead and sign complaints if you want to do that.
Well, no, it's your job to enforce the law.
Well, we have discretion with Title 39, so I'm not going to go ahead. That if you want to, you can go ahead and do
So
that.
if I drove without a front license plate, you would discretion me also?
I would have the discretion if I decided
So
to
would
pull
you let
over.
me go?
I haven't seen you drive. I haven't seen any motor vehicle infractions.
So
I don't
you
know what
just
you're
playing,
driving.
you just want to play circle games?
I'm
That's a
just-
shame you guys don't really enforce the law all the way around. That's a real shame, man.
I'm
It
sorry.
really shows what police are all about, which is not protecting and serving. It's about protecting and serving their blue line buddies. So that's just a slap to every citizen who pays your salary.
Well, I'm sure I understand why you think that. However, again, it's discretion, and I can assure you that not every officer that pulls over a vehicle issues a ticket. If you,
I understand that part.
So
I understand
it's
that.
not about just
But
protecting
the
and serving. But
state requires every motor vehicle, so there's no discretion. It's every motor vehicle
we
must.
have the discretion to decide to enforce or to issue a ticket for that.
So why wouldn't you enforce that law?
Well, we like to focus on traffic safety. So, again, we can go ahead and you're right, it is a game of semantics and what we
Well,
can do, but
I mean, it is what it is. It's just ironically hypocritical for you guys to know there's a violation right in front of you and then not do anything about it.
not necessarily hypocritical. Sometimes we have to go ahead and use our discretion to decide whether or not it's a public safety issue, and that's what we do.
So you're only concerned about public safety,
It's part of our protect and serve.
not
yes.
about enforcing the law.
Title 39, again, we have discretion. But
So
anyway,
speaking of 20-21-5 says you have to have your body cam on when you're talking to the public. Do you have body cams here?
we do have body cams. I am not wearing one right now because I came out to actually start my vehicle.
Gotcha. So anyway, so you're not going to deal with those 2 cars in violation of state law?
They are parked right now, so no, I'm not doing anything with them. right now.
He just pulled in. I have it on camera.
Who just pulled in?
The owner of that
Ford,
one.
The Ford with the chrome grill.
Okay, and again, I said you can, if you'd like to, you can file
It's a
complaint.
moving violation.
It's not a
not a
moving
moving
violation.
violation,
It's not a
but he
moving
was
violation.
moving his motor vehicle.
But it's not a moving violation.
Yeah, it's not a moving. He wasn't fair.
So to be parked on public land owned by public people, shouldn't every vehicle be in compliance?
It can be. It probably should be. I have to check our ordinances. There are ordinances that say that if you have to be registered. Again, it's not a moving violation. We
No,
have
of
the
course
discretion
not.
to-
But it's a personal vehicle,
Why
and it's
are you
not
yell-
a state.
why-
It's
why-
not. It's
why
not
are
a
you
government.
yelling at me?
Don't yell at her.
Why are you yelling at me? I'm having a perfectly nice conversation.
Hey,
here.
no, I'm just asking. Is how I talk. So.
It's just strange, like I said, and it's very,
I understand that
it's a
people get strange.
shame,
Wouldn't it
you
be
know,
okay to just
just do what's right.
like uphold everybody equally under the law?
If that's the case, then we would issue everybody that we stopped motor vehicle citation, and we don't. So
So
Which
when
is fine.
It's discretionary.
Okay, so
Right.
whenever the shift's over, right? Can you guys come out and see if he's going to pull off without a front tag on?
I absolutely can.
And
Will I
then
issue?
you can cite
No.
him, right?
I could cite him, yes, but will
You
I? No.
could, or will you?
I won't.
So we're
Why
all.
not? Why? Why are you smiling?
I'm smiling
Why is
because
it funny?
it's funny to me that you're talking about protecting and serving. So what am I going to do? How is writing somebody a ticket for a front plate, which I, again, have the discretion to do or not to do?
Understand,
How is that
you-
protecting and serving?
It's
can
really
go out-
not.
It's not. So like I said,
But
we
it's
have
against the
discretion.
law, though, and you are lawmen or you policy enforcers.
If I
Which
had
one is it?
no front license plate, would you just say, screw it?
Well,
I'm just gonna keep
she said, I already
this
asked that.
going?
She said it would be depend on the situation, and maybe
It
I'd let
would-
you go, maybe
it
I
absolutely
wouldn't.
would be discretionary. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. That's the thing about Title 39. Listen, okay, you're like,
I get it. I
it's
get it.
Title 39. Sir, I don't believe that any smoking.
Oh, I'm sorry. So real quick, and I'll get out of your hair. My last sentence is that we're all adults here, and we all know exactly what's going on. And it's a real shame that you're covering for your blue line terrorist friends, and that's all it's really about.
Well, I'm sorry.
If there was any,
if
no,
he's
no,
used as
well, no, no,
terrorist,
no, well, when you do terroristic acts, what are you supposed to be called? I'm confused. So real quick, I'll get out of your hair. I don't want to hold you guys up. They're out of compliance. They're out of state law. You know what you really should do. You're not going to do it because of who owns them. So let's just be honest. You know, why blow smoke and pretend that we're doing something we're not doing?
I'm going to go ahead and say what I've said to you before. There's discretion. Every car that we pull over, we do not issue a citation to.
I understand. Believe you me.
So
I hope that.
Would you give me the same hard time or question the same thing if I pulled you over? Let's say I pulled you over for whatever non-moving violation, and I then said, okay, you know what, sir? Take care of this, do that, do whatever it is that you need to take care of it.
You're right.
And I'm going to let you go with a warning.
You're very right.
So
You're right.
would that be a terrorist?
So if you
No,
pulled
no,
me
no.
over.
Would that be a terrorist?
No,
No,
but
no,
if you
wait.
pulled me over for a no front license plate, would you still let me go?
I wouldn't pull anybody over
Okay,
for
but-
no front license plate.
Really?
I-
Okay.
I
Could you?
would not.
That's cool.
Could you, as the chief, you're the chief, correct?
I am.
Could you, as the chief, find out who these employees of yours that work under you are,
And tell them to get in compliance.
and give them discretion?
And tell them to follow the law.
But you can't give them discretion every. How many times can somebody get discretion over and over again until they are getting a ticket? So could you just tell them, hey, you have to have a front license plate. If you keep coming to work without a front license plate, I'm
You're gonna
gonna
be
forced to
reprimanded.
force you,
Right.
I'm gonna give you so much discretion. Now you
Right.
have to do it. You know.
Again, discretion. I don't have to issue a motor vehicle ticket. Can I, to the employees, absolutely say, hey, you know what? We are police officers. We should probably, like you said, not be hypocritical. If you're going to issue a
Whatever.
not having a ticket on a plate on the front, then then you should go ahead and follow that.
So
No,
the-
absolutely, I could do that.
So the world
you
knows
could-
that you guys really don't have a great name out there in the world. Not you guys, but the police in general. So why not show the world that we in Egg Harbor City do the right thing? I mean, it's not that hard to do
I
the
think our
right
actions
thing.
speak. I think our actions when we deal with
You've
the
been
public and how we
kind.
do that, I think that speaks more than you coming here trying to. And I'm going to call it what it is. You call us terrorists. You're coming here trying to provoke us.
No, not at all. But when you
that's-
act like a terrorist and don't do what you are paid to do, then people have to assume that you're something you're pretending you're not. So just do the right thing always in life, not just as an officer, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as a friend, as a lover, the whole time. Live your life every day the right way. And if you want to give them discretion, that's perfectly fine, and I understand that. But he made a great point is, how many times can you see something wrong and let it go?
No,
You know?
you're, again.
So
there
that's
is
my only point. It's all good.
And my point to that would be, we do allow a lot of people latitude with non-moving violations.
That's fine. Good
And
for
so
you.
when you're saying that we are terrorists by not issuing officers or anybody who's parked here or anybody else, then essentially you're saying that we are doing the same.
Well, when
we
you
allow
terrorize
discretion.
people, and that word is very broad.
Yes.
When you extort, when you
Are we
attack,
extorting?
when you well, just in general, not you, but just in general.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody extorts and cages and kidnaps and harms and does this, all because of policy and statute, not because
These
of
are
law.
such inflammatory. Where
Well,
you're like
no, and I don't mean it to be
kidnapping.
that way. It's
No,
just-
you're
it's just
like,
words.
You're saying, oh, the law says to kidnap. That's
Well,
not.
the law does not say to kidnap, but
Well,
it says
those, you're using them in the same sentence.
because when someone doesn't break a law, say I'm selling a joint to my friend and you see us and it's not New Jersey and it's against the law, where is the victim? But black law states for there to be a crime, there has to be a victim. So if we're both consenting adults that have no problem, there's no crime. So how could you arrest them? The reason is because you have overridden my constitutional rights with policies and procedures to take away my God-given rights.
To sell him a joint.
Well, that's just an example.
Okay, yeah,
prostitution, anything. Okay, when you have two consenting adults.
That prostitution is.
Well, we go into the trafficking and all that stuff. But if a woman is consenting and a man is consenting, and they exchange money for sex, who's the victim? There is no victim. So there is no law broken. There is policy broken. There is statute broken. And so when you
We've come a long way from the plate, from the
so real quick,
bracket to there.
this is what I'm talking about. So when you cage and kidnap someone for not breaking the law, you're a terrorist.
You lost me with cage and kidnap for not breaking the law.
Because if I sell them a joint, you're going to kidnap me, meaning you're going to put me in handcuffs. To me, that's kidnapping, and throw me in a cage.
Okay, so I like that. I like that you.
And throw me in a cage.
To you.
Okay, to me. So that's kidnapping and caging for not breaking the law. I broke a policy, but policy is not law. And you're lawmen, or are you policy enforcers? Which one are you?
Well, the Attorney General puts out those policies, the guidelines, the directives. So effectively, they are laws, and laws have to be.
No, they're not laws.
Laws have to be. Well, no.
They're
laws
policies
have,
and
laws,
statutes.
They're policies and statutes, and laws have
We
to be
cannot make
promulgated
law
by
anymore
our elected officials.
because
Correct?
we have the
Yes.
gold trim and flag flying in courtrooms. You can't practice common law anymore in America because
Okay,
we're a
so
corporation.
so now we're talking common law versus. Okay.
Right.
All right.
So it is what it is. I don't want to bore you. Just take care of that, please. And you know what? And if not, then you stand with the side against the people because you're not
I
doing
beg to
it.
differ, but
That's fine.
I appreciate you. So it's been nice. It's been
Yeah.
nice talking to you.
Very good. You're the chief, you say?
I am.
God love you.
Well, thank you.
What'd you do
call
bef-
me a terrorist.
Well, I
you're
didn't
saying
call
God-
you
God
one.
love you.
Just generally. It's not an attack on you at all. You're a very kind, lovely person. What did you do before this, if you don't mind me asking? What was your occupation?
I worked in a brain injury rehab.
Really?
Yes.
And you went from there to here?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. Were you a certified nurse or doctor or anything?
No, sir.
Just an assistant, I guess, of some kind? And before that?
It's just a plain old Jane, just a regular old citizen. doing
How
my
long you
thing.
been an officer?
What about the private sector?
How long you been an officer?
Since 2008.
We're getting old, aren't we?
Speak for yourself.
Not you.
Speak for yourself.
All right, guys.
Could you just get, round up these two? Over here and just be like, yo, man, get your shit.
Round them up.
You know, just get your
Round
shit.
them up.
Round them up.
Wait, want me cage and
Round
kidnap?
them up. Hey,
You want me
guys,
to cage and
huddle
kidnap?
up here.
Would be nice.
Get together, guys. You gotta have front plates, man.
Maybe the first time ever happened to those guys, you know. And we know the blue line. We know the fraternity. We know the camaraderie. We know that. We're not stupid. We've been doing this for quite a long time. And it's really just pointing the camera at our public officials. That's really all it is.
And here's the thing. I appreciate that. There needs to be accountability
Okay.
in elected officials and any public employees.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
So, yeah, are there concerns? Absolutely. Do I get angry when people bring them up? No, because you know what?
It's not worth it. Right.
No, it's not.
No, I agree.
You know, so I mean, we can have a conversation.
Well, you got a level head on your shoulders, and you seem to at least understand a lot of things. But you understand what we're saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, that's all. And we know why there's no front plates on there. He and I, we know. And we know why they get away with it.
Have
we
you
know.
ever been pulled over and not been given a ticket?
With my attitude,
I'll take that as a
psych.
no.
Maybe when I was younger. I don't get pulled over. I don't break the law. I unfortunately follow everything, unfortunately, because we're no longer free. We're debt slaves. You're a debt slave, I'm a debt slave. We're all debt slave to an illegal corporation, but that's okay. It's a whole nother story. So in the meantime, if what you're saying is absolutely true, then this town is lucky to have you. Okay?
Okay. Well, I mean, that's me personally, and I try to hold my officers to that.
That's
you
what I'm
know,
getting at.
We can, like I said, like I told you, I can talk to them, say, hey, this is what we gotta do. So I mean, and here's the thing. I'm not going to personally pull over any. I don't know when's the last time I did a car stop. To be truthful.
Well, you normally aren't on the road doing them anyways.
No.
As a chief.
So
that's one of the reasons. But
so
either
anyway,
way,
it's a
even
risk-
when you
it's,
did,
it's a risk that these guys run. You know, driving elsewhere.
Some
you know.
some people get pulled over and it's like what, like $70, $80 ticket or something, not having the front plate. That takes like a day's worth of food off the table
no,
for a
you
family,
know what?
and we're
Here's the
living in
thing.
tough times, and you gotta have to understand.
And
No,
she
but
says
listen,
she has
no, I have
discretion,
discretion,
which is
and
good.
here's one of the things that I've always told a lot of people. You need to use that discretion, especially these guys, because a ticket, a traffic ticket, can make or break somebody.
It really
you know,
can.
it can put them into a downward spiral.
Yep.
It can mean not feeding their kids or, you know, not paying a light bill.
Yep.
So those are things that we do have to take into consideration.
Right, and my only concern was, what if one of those two officers without the front plates pulled somebody over for not having a front plate and came back to work, clocked out, or I know you guys don't clock in or out, or
That would
sign
be
in, sign out,
hypocritically ironic.
and go back to their car with no front plate. I mean,
But we see it a lot. We've been doing this for a while. We see a lot of bad and very little good. You're actually a little ray of sunshine.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
Well,
I don't
you
think
are.
anybody's called me that in a long time.
Well,
but
there you go. Am I wrong? Am I wrong, Wolfie?
right on.
I mean, you know, you're not being a dick or anything, or have a big ego and trying to, you know, boss people around, and you're listening to what we have to say and explaining how your thoughts are. And what more can you ask from a public official?
Yeah, well,
You know?
public servant.
Public servant.
And that's what we are. We are
elected.
servants,
Yeah.
you know, and you know.
And a lot of officers forget that.
I think a lot of people in general forget that. You know,
Yeah.
I think, you know, I do.
I
I
hear
mean,
ya.
I spent last Wednesday afternoon at Rittenberg Manor, our old folks' home, serving food
Good.
with one of the guys named Chef
Volunteering
Andre.
your own time or on the clock?
I was off the clock.
Good.
It was after work.
Nice.
I was in plain clothes.
Gotta love volunteer help. Good for you. Yeah.
So,
Like
you
I
know,
said,
like,
you're
that's
you're
the
you're a
kind
good
of thing
person.
that-
I
What
feel
was
your
her name
aura.
again?
Chief Marcella Aylwin.
Thank you, Ellen. Marcella.
Never got married?
What's that?
Never got married?
Oh, and you didn't ask that, but
No,
I'm not,
well-
that's not something we're going to talk about.
No, we're not. I just figured that without a hyphen or something that you may not be married. That's all. You know, a lot of women in this type of work or, you know, would want a hyphen their last name or whatever reason.
No, man, I earned what I earned. It doesn't matter who I'm married to.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, well, you know what? It's refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody that's not mean to us.
Right, or just cares a little bit. At least sounds like she cares, and that's what really is important. Because, like you said, a lot of people are not doing well, and a little bit of bumping the law for the wrong way can really put a harm on them.
No, it can. And you know what? And I mean, even just interactions like this, you know, it's like, let's say I come out here being a jerk. What's that going to do? For your
It's going to make a
opinion.
great video for me.
Yeah, it's going to make a great
Okay.
video, but what's it going to do for your opinion that you already have with
Correct.
law enforcement, but it's going to just bolster that. So, I mean, here,
I
you know,
don't
it's
judge
like-
people. I have a level head. I know what I see. I know what has been done to me throughout my life just for holding people accountable. We've been arrested, I won't say caged, multiple times for just being on a public space, holding a camera, trying to get answers.
Oh, no.
And so, you know, we've been there, and we do it for multiple reasons. I'm not angry or bitter. I'm too old for that. I want to help the next generation not be as free as I was when I was young. You know, I don't know how old you are. You look very young, but I was born in the 60s, you know, and lived through the 70s and 80s, and wonderful times. Now, I mean, my God, look at this world. It's insane.
There's a lot of insane stuff going on,
It
absolutely.
really is. And so it is what it is, Brian. You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I don't want to hold you up. You've been very kind, and I'm glad we stopped by. I really am, because we don't get this reaction hardly ever, maybe
Really?
3%. Oh, God, yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. We need
Well,
to do better.
so
there.
are we, you know, and that's what we do as long as other people also go visit public buildings and visit police. You may see the auditors or whatever they want to call themselves, and the reactions are never positive. Very sad.
I'm going to challenge you, and
Oh, good.
So I want you to go back. You can go on the Egg Harbor City website. I just recently got sworn in as chief, and
Oh,
you will
really?
hear me say to the elected officials and to the public, I'm going to challenge you to do better, challenge you to be better, because
Good
that's
for
what
you.
we're trying to do.
Good.
So
for you.
you know, I kind of.
Somebody brought you up right for you to have a head on your shoulders
You got
like
all
that.
these young kid officers here. You can train them early to be good people.
Well,
It's good
you know
that
what?
they're under you.
That's I appreciate that.
Well,
you
it's
know.
good to have a strong person in charge that wants to do the right thing.
Right.
And you have a battle ahead of you, let me tell you right now. Every person that wants to do right in your position is going to get so much backlash, it's unbelievable. Oh, I know you know. I know you know. It's not just like Harbor City, it's everywhere. And good for you.
I've been to Egg Harbor Township, and the lieutenant there, she made a huge mistake and became a viral video.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well, I hope I become viral for
So do I.
different reasons.
Yes.
So do I.
Me too.
I mean, people need to see the good as well as the bad.
Right.
And we will absolutely post this on our channel, Southeastern PA Community Watch. And if he wants to give his channel,
WolfyGladly.
you know,
Yep.
so, you know, it is what it is. We're just trying to make things better. And sometimes it costs us a lot. You know, we just won a case against the New Jersey State Police who caged us and cited us with defined trespass and obstruction for not even doing either. So we spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars fighting it in court. We won in the end. You know,
I mean, that's,
but, you know, do we have to do that every time?
yeah.
You know, it's hard. But thank you, young lady.
All right.
Have a lovely
You guys
day. Have a
happy
good New Year.
Stay safe.
All right, you too, man.
I'll be sure to go tell my guys to pull you over when you leave.
There you go.
Manager Alan.
All right. Thanks very much, man. You've been great. All right. Which way you heading, Wolfie?
Just around the way. Yeah.
All right.
Check out that.
Thanks again. You too.
Somebody the way Southeastern PA did that there, you can actually start to feed them information.
Yeah.
And you see where it develops, we developed a long way from the tag thing, and yes, that's the point. And
We did, but
well,
we
well
beat
done, Dan.
we beat the tag thing to death. They weren't going to do anything about it.
Well done, Dan.
So we had to go a different
Awesome.
direction.